So, good evening everyone. We will present about our topic. So our subject is cargo operation management. So this is our group member. First me. First presentation Ahmad Zaid bin Ilyas, and second Muhammad Faizul Azizi bin Abdul Hamid, and third Arinat, and the last one Arifon. So first I'm gonna tell you about our table of content. So this is our topic and our content. So for me, cluster 1, I'm going to present the material and handling, introduction, content and conclusion. So this is my content. So I'm gonna explain you about material handling. So material handling is equipment using forklift, hand truck, conveyor, crane, hoist and derrick, and each material have on precaution. So forklift used for transporting pallet and ideal equipment, just for lifting, moving heavy load. So forklift have on precaution. Forklift only qualify and advise individual allowed to use forklift and only be operated by operator. So even if the forklift is empty, never walk or stand under the lift machine, and then follow traffic law as usually operate a forklift. So if traffic show you to stop, you must stop. If there's traffic show you move, you're gonna move. You just follow the traffic law. So if you want to move forklift, you must keep your fork and load and title in the back. So don't your fork and load don't operate to above before doing operate the forklift. So forklift ni only carry maximum load, able to travel over the flooring without damaging them, and the floor must be non-slip. So I'm gonna explain you about my next content. So second is hand truck, dolly or using hand. So hand truck ni like moving in cut with handle at one hand, using a hand like trolley. So protection for hand truck, secure any bulky of the good and low heavy stuff on the bottom. So and next, don't stack things so high you cannot look over them. When making the wheel, push the wheel start in the direction you heading and keep load in the front of you. Don't the load don't keep behind or side to side. You must keep the load in the front of you, so you can know the load you brought. So always go at this safe speed while operating hand truck. Keep it under control. When you going to operate hand truck, you must go safe speed and keep in under control, because if you go to speed and do not have under control, you will get injured and accident. So make sure you see the path you're taking clear and the road not blocking your view, and because the collision with the person or object have a blind corner. So when you starting moving your trolley, you make sure all environment or all the way or path clear. Then if the below don't have anything, or don't have a sharp object and anything else. So next part is conveyor. So conveyor ni is a system that mechanical that move material from one location to another location. If you can see in this picture, if a conveyor belt and conveyor lift. So prevention for conveyor, prevention to prevent injury from coming into contact with the gear, shaft and other moving part. So if you work under construction conveyor, you advise to not wearing loose clothing or jewelry, because loose clothing or jewelry may catch in the material. So if you working near or underneath moving conveyor, possible material could always fall off the bed, and you must careful so the material don't hit you. So if you start operate the conveyor, never touch roller or other moving part such as conveyor belt. Make sure all the equipment and worker are away from any of moving part, and keep the area around is free of debris and clean of lubrication spill. So if in the area, make sure don't have anything object above, side, below, and other than that near this conveyor. So our next content is material as ordered. So can have a lot of type for construction, for offshore, and another place using a crane. So crane is for heavy lifting and to move heavy object. For example, overhead crane used in a shipyard and construction site. So the crane have on precaution. So first, verify the maximum load capacity and adhere to it. So if you want to move the crane, make sure the load have a maximum capacity. If you overload, it's gonna be accident or crane, or the the crane may destroy. So second, remove anything from the work area that might be hit and knock over the while it's being done. So if using a crane, make sure people or thing ada distraction equipment, make sure that it near around a crane. So that before using crane or boom, the soil or ground condition should be examined and able to maintain stability and coordination. So before using crane, make sure in a particular destroy and particular any hazard that on the crane. So for don't in the crane, don't use a hand or touch anything, because crane may in condition of hot or sharp object, so don't use a hand. Always leave a safety looking rod SWL and prevent overloading the crane or boom truck. So the last one, the material handling is not only the most frequent source of a work passenger, but also most frequency cause of accident involving material handling. So they have own way to using the material is secret to reducing such dangerous accident and achieving the company overall safety in minimal manual interference. So in your opinions, what you think about this material handling? Is it good or not? So I'm gonna pass my friend Muhammad Faisal Azizi, so he gonna present to our next topic.
Hello, Assalamualaikum and good morning for Sir Ritish. Today I will be presenting about my part, which is the heavy lift precaution. Heavy lift is a normally we can see at the port site or construction site. Actually, in heavy lift we have a precaution about this job, and the precaution is commonly used in a port to help avoid any incident when operating the lifting of heavy goods. Actually, we have many precautions such as planning and risk assessment, qualified personal worker, and always using PPE. The next slide. Okay, first heavy lift precaution is the planning and risk assessment. Planning and risk assessment. Worker need to carry out a careful planning process such as assessing the potential risks and danger associated with the lifting. For example, the weight of the item, the weight for the item and dimension of the load, lifted equipment capacity, ground condition, and potential obstacle. With this, the worker can develop a comprehensive lifting plan which includes safety procedure and contingency measure. Okay, next is a qualified personal worker. In the qualified personal worker is the only trainer and qualified personnel should be involved in heavy lifting operation. It because workers who have qualification must be able to operate lifting heavy goods and have the knowledge to operate them safely. Therefore, it is very necessary workers who have qualification and experience in operating heavy material lifting in order to avoid any mistake when performing the operation. By the way, the worker can take the qualification from taking training for the qualification at the NIOSH. Okay. Next, personal for the last. Okay. For the last part of heavy lift precaution, which is the personal protection equipment (PPE). The worker involved in the lift should wear appropriate personal protection equipment such as a hard hat or helm, high visibility clothing, safety shoes, and gloves. Why the workers should using it? Because this is to prevent any injury in the lifting process if any incident occur. Although the operator who operate has the qualification, is not necessarily can avoid accident. That's why workers have to use PPE in order to reduce injury in the event of an unexpected incident or accident. Okay, for the last is the conclusion parts. The worker of lifting heavy goods can bring danger to worker if they handle it without following the precautionary measure of lifting heavy. It because this job can be so dangerous that it can cause death. Because of that, heavy lift precaution must be applied in order to avoid any incident at any site that have a heavy lift. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Erifrao Anna Davids and I'm from DMOSH3B. Today I will present about the basic hazard communication. First, the structure aspect of workplace safety involves the identification and the communication of the potential hazards in the workplace to all the employees. Okay, and then in this basic hazard communications, the safety, the optional safety and mention is that OSHA is established guidelines for hazard communication in our workplace. Okay, next, the basic hazard communication have a 10. The tens. Have a tense. The basic. The first one is purpose. The purpose is the purpose, like the main objective of hazard communication is to ensure that the employees are aware of the potential hazards in the workplace, and understand how to protect themselves. Is that our employee, like that. And the second is the hazardous chemical. The hazardous chemicals, like the hazard communications. The hazard communication is cover all the hazardous chemical presence in the workplace, like that. In the workplace, include include the liquids, gas, solid, and the mixtures like that, and the three the basic number three is the basic number three is the safety the safety data sheet is that SDS is in SDS employers must be provide the safety data sheet for each hazardous chemicals hazardous chemical presence in the workplace like that. SDS also SDS also contain the details information about the chemical properties, hazards, handling, storage, and the emergency procedures. Okay, next, go to the number 4. Okay, we continue to the number 4 is that the labeling. The labeling. During the labeling, the contents of the hazardous chemicals must be properly labeled with the information about the product, identifies the hazards, warnings, and the name of the contact information of the manufacturer of or the distribution like that. Sorry. Okay, I'm present about the basic is the number 5. Sorry. Number 5 is the hazards, the hazard symbols in the pictogram like that. In this hazard symbols and pictograms, the hazard chemicals should also display in these hazard symbols and pictograms. The hazard chemicals should also display the standard hazard symbols, the hazard symbols and pictograms to quickly communicate the type of the hazard present, such as the flammable, corrosive, toxic, or the explosive. And the number 6 is the employee training. This in this basic hazard communication like that, the most important of basic hazard communication is the employees training. It is because our employee needs more trainings to improve that discipline in the workplace, to move to more disciplines in the workplace when they are working like that. And in this employee trainings, the employers must be provide trainings to the employees on the hazard of the chemicals, so they work with include the proper handling, the storage, and the emergency procedures. Okay, next, this one is the number 7. The 7 is the about the access of the information. In this case, the employee should be easy access to SDDS labels and the other relevant information about hazardous chemical in their workplace. In this case, such as the employer the employer should be more to assess the information about the safety in the workplace to their employee, like that lah. Okay, next, and we're going next is the multiple language requirements. Sorry. In this multiple language requirements, our employee the employee speaks the language should be speak the other than English, such as the English, the Chinese language, like the Indian language, like that. So this the hazards communication materials, like that, and then including SDDS and labels should be including SDDS and labels should be available in those language, like that. So our such as I give the example, such as me talk in Malaysian, like that, and I only have two language, English and the Malaysian language, the Malay language, like that. And to improve my skills, I will study the more language, to make more friends in many language, like that lah. Sorry. And then next, the number nine about the emergency procedures, like that. The emergency procedures must behave the hazard communication and includes educating many language, like that lah. Sorry. And then next, the number nine about the emergency procedures, like that. The emergency procedures must behave the hazard communication and includes educating employees about the emergency, the procedures in case of chemical spills, the leaks or the exports, like that. In this emergency procedures, this is the include evacuation, the plans, the emergency contact, and the first aid or measure. Okay, in this the number 9, the basic exit communication is the emergency procedures. This is very important also, because what is it, in the workplace we don't know that when we have a incident like that, so our employers should be have the emergency contact, like such as the hospital number, and our employer also should be have the first aid. So this will make the employer must be safe in the workplace, like that. And the lastly is the number 10 is the review and the updates. In this case, review and updates should be regularly review and the updates to ensure that reflects to ensure that reflect current information, and any change in a chemical hazardous or the regulation in a basic hazard communication. And in this basic hazard communication, the conclusion will me do is to do disclosure is necessary to ensure a safe and healthy workplace. The employers can aid in preventing workplace accidents and injury by identification possible dangers and informing the workers of them, and all workers are informed of any potential risk related to their jobs, and they have to information and skill required to perform the job safety and efficiently. Okay, that's all from me. Next.
Hello everyone, my name is Adinath and I'm from DMOSH3B. For today, we're going to explain about the compulsory questions. For question 1, identify the duties of junior cargo officer before, during and after the cargo operation for dry cargo vessels. For the first, before cargo operation is assist the chief officer preparing the cargo plans and ensure that the cargo shipments are handled and stored according to standard operation procedures as well as SOPs and handling requirements. Plan and monitor the loading of the discharging of cargo and have knowledge about IMDG containers and handle refill containers with care. Suggest in even discharging or unloading cargo that itself is healing and of the vessels and avoiding continuous running of auto healing system and healing pumps. And give special attention to under-deck cargo operations inside the cargo hold and ensure that keeping it safe and safe removal from hatch covers without damage to the ship superstructure. And so during the cargo operations, assist the chief officer and unloading and discharging of cargoes, undertake all duties performed by the commercial officer, cadets, and including bridge watchers. Implement the cargo handling plan and maintain a log. Be the principal of contact with the shore terminal and control the verify and the performance of the following: the correct functioning tank level devices and tank level alarms, the operations of cargo pumps and valves, controlling the distribution of ballast, operation of the insert gas system. Ensure the safety and firefighting equipment is ready to immediate use. Ensure all the watchkeepers are using appropriate PPE. Ensure that no unplanned activities being carried out. Keep a close watch of the clinometer to monitor the vessel's this during ballast operation and after cargo operations. Take measures to prevent damage to the crew, people on board ship and cargo. It is important to note that cargo loading is an operation not fully under the control of the ship because the transfer of cargo to the ship is managed by the shore terminal. And so, for the question 2, explain the cargo storage plan, which includes the pre-storage plan, vessel rotation, vessel distribution, and cargo compatibility and safety as per IMDG code. So for the first one, pre-storage plan. This includes assessing the compatibility and futures of various cargoes to decide where they should be stored on the ship. For the vessel rotation, it ensures that the cargo weight and distribution are within limits of safety by taking into consideration variables like stability, trim and draught at the different point of the rotation route. For the weight distribution, it takes into account things like the weight of cargo, where it is in reference to the center line of the vessel and how to distribute the weight of affects stability in bad weather. For the cargo compatibility, in order to prevent hazardous reaction that might result in fire explosions or other danger, the plan takes into account the compatibility of various cargoes. For the last one, cargo safety, the storage plan includes precautions to properly safeguard the goods, avoiding shifting, sliding or damage while at sea. So that's all. Thank you guys.